for the uninformed.
So let's serve up some Dibbles and Bits.
Here's the biggest informer of them all, Mr. Know-It-All.
Right now on the Rob Dibble Show.
Dibbles and Bits brought to you by Tire Depot. When you see bad weather like this, you need to get to see my buddy Tony just off Route 6 in Bristol. Their product line has expanded from not just the Cooper Tire headquarters. They now carry Michelin, DF Goodrich, to name all the other leading brands. So go local, find the right treads for your sled at Tire Depot just off Route 6 in Bristol. Online at tiredepotct.com.
So I've been getting a lot of text messages from my friends in Charlotte today, down in my old stomping grounds in North Carolina. They're somewhat excited about the future of the Charlotte Hornets.
Michael Jordan.
Despite the ownership change today, Michael Jordan is selling his majority share of the Charlotte Hornets. He'll still be a minority owner for the Hornets, but he's kind of stepping away and getting out of the front office.
How
a
much?
Bit.
How much did he sell?
So he bought it for close to a quarter
$287.
bill. $287?
$287.
Details have yet to be released.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is now he's into car racing. He's into other endeavors and
you
things
think
like
he
that.
took a loss?
Guy still makes like
He ain't
$400,
taking
$500
no
million a year.
loss.
No, he ain't taking a lot. No, he's going to make probably a $500 million off of the sale.
But the reason I say my friends are happy about it, not because Michael Jordan's the favorite son of North Carolina. They love the guy.
They don't think he was a great owner.
He's one of the worst.
Wow.
Listen, he just made
Can we get her a microphone?
He made a lot of bad. We will. Hold on.
Oh man.
He made a lot of bad decisions through the draft, and there's a bunch of people that he kind of drafted upon favors, and that never works out, Dibs. Never works out. Now the sale doesn't happen until July 1st, after the draft.
No, that's just awful.
We got our fingers crossed. Maybe something good happens.
It's contingent on me being able to tell you who to draft if I'm going to be the majority owner and I give you $500 million or $1 billion, whatever it's going to be.
Well, the last time that he had a big choice was LaMelo Ball. And, he could have easily said, go pound sand LaMelo Ball. I don't like your dad, especially when your dad says he can beat me one-on-one. Remember that? But he drafted him, and he was Rookie of the Year. Now he's been hurt the last couple times, but that was a good pick. Other than that, man, I could rattle them off for you. I mean, it's been bad first-round picks. Remember that Kwame Brown?
All right, Charlotte Hornets are worth $1.1 billion.
So he was
selling off
owner.
51% of that is
Right.
going to be $500 million.
He'd be all right.
No, he's going to be all right. He makes that with Nike every year.
And
no,
he's still getting a paycheck from this after he
that's what I'm
sells his
saying,
minority portion.
But the thing about it is, after 13 years, that's a pretty good investment on your money. $287 million. It made it, with all the money he was making and worth, it made him a billionaire. To have all of those different things. So I love Michael Jordan.
Love him.
And
love him.
he can do no wrong.
I wish, and I was saying this when I was in Charlotte, when I was in North Carolina, a bunch doing radio shows, and we were just atrocious. We were one of the worst teams ever. During the lockout season, I think they won 7 times.
You were so bad they changed your name to Bobcats for a spell.
And that's because the last owner's name was Bob Johnson, and he wanted his name in the team. So that's just great. But then we got back to the Hornets,
right?
And still, it was a miserable franchise, man. It really was. But I was always saying, we got the greatest basketball player of all time just, hanging out up there. And come down and put on some shoes. Because there were many practices that this dude would show up with. Steven Jackson, Gerald Wallace were on the team at that time. I want to say Kemba was a part of these practices as well. And MJ is just so frustrated how bad they were playing. He would come down and school them, totally beat them down, and then go back to his office and say, good luck with the rest of the season. You guys suck.
If you're just joining us, John Morant of the Memphis Grizzlies was given a 25-game suspension for next season.
Yeah.
Because of, again, having a gun in a live video stream. We think it's a little bit light considering
it's very light.
After the Denver Nuggets won the NBA championship, 9 people were shot outside of the arena, and then at the parade, more people were shot. So there's a lot of issues going on with guns right now, and especially waving them around on video is not a cool thing to do if you're an NBA superstar.
We were waiting for this. Silver's going to wait till the finals were over. What was it?
We needed to wait for that?
That was Monday. Now it was Thursday. I agree. He should have put the hammer down as soon as possible. Move on with life.
Well, I don't think that's putting the hammer down. That's probably why he waited till that.
True.
Because then everybody would be like, well, there's no way.
That's a good point, Dibs.
I think
that's
there'd be,
a good point.
He
knew backlash was coming.
Right.
And we'll see where it goes because this is fresh, not even 24 hours old. Here's one that I've been reading the tea leaves on this, and I was telling a lot of my friends that I saw this past week from North Carolina, hey, man, save a spare bedroom for me because my team up here north, UConn, may become an ACC team, and I might need a place to stay for NC State, for North Carolina, for Duke. I'm just telling you, tea leaves could be hearing this news. Here's a tea leaf for you. San Diego State gave the Mountain West written notice this week the school intends to resign from the Mountain West Conference. Sounds like Pac-12 to me. There's going to be a lot of movement, and it's going to happen every single weekend. And you do these things on Friday, just like Silver knows. You don't want to have that potential bad press week. You do this at the end of the week, and you run out of town for the weekend. See you on Tuesday.
This is the saddest story that I've seen in so long. They have not come out and released the how he died, but Ray Lewis Jr., Ray Lewis's son, 28 years old, passed away last night unexpectedly. So as soon as we find out how Ray Lewis's son died, it's not going to make it any less painful and shocking, but it is. Ray is only 48 years old.
Right.
So, had his son. So Ray Lewis III, son of Ravens Hall of Famer, Ray Lewis passes away at 28.
It's sad, man.
It is. Anytime I see these untimely deaths, especially since I have children in their 30s and late 20s, it drives me crazy.
So Kurt just gave us an update, but I think we got a score. Did TCU
it's
just put
5-2.
one over top?
Christians over the Mormons.
And by the way,
Yep.
Kurt, Oral Roberts is O-R-E-L.
Yeah.
All right?
No, Oral is O-R-A-L.
It is A-L? No way.
What are you talking about? I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, man, I'm sorry,
Unless
Kurt.
ESPN's messing it up.
Is Kurt working the ESPN Chiron today?
He might be.
I thought Kurt.
It's not my fault.
Wow.
I apologize. I owe you one this weekend. I'm sorry, brother. I thought you were just being dirty as always.
And I thought Apple was wrong because Apple kept on changing it on my phone.
Oh, really?
I think
Wait a second.
Apple is smarter than we
Wait a
are.
second. Are you kidding me? Are you sure? ESPN, they're not always right. They're not always right.
Oral Redenbacher was an EL.
That's what I thought. No, it's right. It's an AL.
What's
It's an
Oral
AL.
Hershiser?
He's an EL.
Because we used to spell it A-N-A-L. We hated him.
Oh, man.
That's his brother.
You can tell I hate the Dodgers.
You love Oral, though. Oral's great.
Hershiser?
No?
He hit Eric 3 times in one game. So I hit Mike Marshall in the back. I can't stand Oral Hershiser.
What was the third time like?
Third time Eric went nuts. So it's
Was it in
and
LA
again,
too?
nobody had to tell me to do
Was
it.
that in L.A.?
It was
Eric's
in L.A.
hometown?
His hometown.
Oh, man.
So and this is in the midst of his 60 innings of shutout baseball. This is in one of the greatest eras of having command of your pitches, and he drills our star 3 times in the same game.
All right, we forgot the score. People are waiting for the score.
5-2.
5-2 TCU.
I already told you the Christians are
Okay.
beating the Mormons 5-2.
So that's going on right now. After that game will be Florida, Virginia, and then the second pod gets started tomorrow in Omaha for the College World Series. That's Wake Forest, Stanford, one for you to watch. That's the number 1 team, Dibs, in this tournament, Wake Forest.
Demon Deacons or Deacon Demons? I screw that up all the
Demon
time.
Deacons.
Demon Deacons.
And I do believe we're Presbyterian at that school.
Did
So
not know. Oh,
throw
we
that-
got a lot of religious
throw
stuff
that
going on
religion
in
the
these
mix
College
in
World
Omaha.
Series.
So then they're taking on Stanford. Stanford's got the kid that pitched 154 pitches to win game 2.
And they're
in the
supposed to be
Supers.
like the Harvard of the West, and they're not real smart.
So really, it's defense versus offense in that one. And then, man, there's a beautiful SEC matchup tonight. LSU taking on Tennessee.
Oh, that's tremendous.
There's some major leagues.
That would
in
be a hell of a
baseball
football game.
Yeah, it'd be a hell of an anything.
Your thoughts on that going to the ACC if you're the UConn Huskies? Now, they just had the Big 12.
I know.
We're in. How does that work? Is that like a recruiting violation or something like that, that the president of the Big 12 is in your house?
No. I mean, I'm sure Val Ackerman, commissioner of the Big East, is not liking that and a little bit nervous to see that. I think that I'll continue to say this. The Big 12 needs UConn more than UConn needs the Big 12. I think. I could be wrong if I talk to some
And
accountants.
I agree with Bob Joyce and everybody else. The travel would be awful and expensive for UConn's
I don't
teams
like
to
the
travel
matchups,
out there.
Man. I like West Virginia. That's about it.
I want to stay on the East Coast. If you go ACC, I think we're fine with that. But
you got
think
Syracuse, you got Boston College, you got Duke. Imagine that.
when
Duke
we were in the
Hurleys.
AAC and we would go to Tulsa or we would go to Houston or we would go to these ridiculous Western schools, it was a killer. It had to be a killer on the kids. They're trying to do their education. So you got academics, travel. It's got to be exhausting.
Well, don't just think about the football team or the men's and women's basketball teams, but you got to think about the track and field, rowing, soccer, field hockey. They're all going to be traveling across the country too.
Can we get them in, Joe Parker, a microphone so she can be a part of Who You
I
Got
was just going to
next?
say, you ready for Who You Got? She doesn't know. She's ready.
She's voting for anything.
She's a
We
gamer.
love her. All right, Who You Got is next. They're live from Chicago, San Francisco. Come on down. Cheetos, handmade prizes, quick to win, all kinds of great prizes for you. Happy Friday, everybody.